Hey, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi,
Uh, Oh, wow, he's coming out singing right out the gate.
that's me, Mr.
Must be
Music Man.
it must be a new year, Mr. Music Man.
Yeah, it's the new year sing,
Yeah.
where I sing my least favorite Beatles song every morning.
Greetings, citizens of Earth. Welcome to Accelerativ Thrust. I'm Dan,
And I'm Eric.
and today, oh man, it's the year 2025, and
Here it
it's
is.
another great year for show business. You know, uh,
That's
show
the business
you know,
we're in.
Well, I just love referring to anything that I do as show business.
Oh yeah, I like
I
it.
just the idea of calling anything show business, I love it. I love the
Yeah,
glitz and the glamour and
yeah,
um the sparkles.
yeah. I get it. You gotta add a little zazz,
Zazz. Mm-hmm.
little zazz to everything you do.
Zazz.
And if not, why even do it?
So do you think that the jazz that John Zorn plays is Zazz?
Zazz.
Zazz.
Please stop saying Zazz. Zazz. Zazz.
It's jazz for zaddies.
Zaddies.
Yeah.
You're the Max Zaddy.
I am the Mac Zaddy. Zaddy Mac will make you.
Yeah, Zaddy Mac will make.
Make it more Zow.
No,
Okay,
I want to
wow.
be able to like. Well, before we go on and move on from
Yes.
this conversation, because it's inevitable, we got to do it.
Uh-huh.
I just want to be
Yeah.
able to one day be backstage somewhere,
Mhm.
right? Thousands of screaming fans waiting for me, right? And
Yeah.
I'm backstage somewhere, and somebody says, "Dan, you can't do that. You'll alienate half the people out there." And then I have a cigar in my hand, and I put my arm around them, right? And I said,
Yeah.
"I got a cigar," and I just said, "It's okay. It's show business." That's my dream scenario.
That's your
to
dream.
happen.
Wow.
Mhm. I just want to be able to
Wow.
tell somebody that it's show business and actually be in show business.
Yeah. Wow. That's a cool dream. My dream would be something more like someone would come up to me backstage right before I go play in front of thousands of people, and they say, "You know what? Actually, we figured out how to have a machine do this for you, so you can go home." And then I'm like, "Sweet."
Ah, so you're on the robot side of things.
Yeah, row business. They
So
call
you row business.
it. So stupid. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Now the conversation can move forward.
Yeah. Man, I love robots. I love AI. I love it all. I think it's great. I'm stoked. New year, new you, new me, new robots.
Yeah. Yeah. New metal.
New metal bots.
New metal bots.
Man, you remember when GoBots were made of metal? Do you remember that?
Oh God.
That's
No,
sick.
I don't. But
Wow, they were heavy.
I do remember
Throw
the
one of those at
GoBots.
your friend.
I do remember the GoBot. Were they really made of metal?
For real. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I think there were a couple other Transformers that were kind of heavier too. I mean, I'm not body shaming. I'm just
Well,
saying.
yeah. You remember the show The Mighty Orbots?
No.
I don't remember it either, but a friend of mine dug it up on YouTube, and it was in the mid '80s or something.
Wow.
And dude, basically it was a Transformers ripoff, but the villains lived like in this compound, like in the space or something, and they had all these musical instruments that were like hypnotizing like people. They just had these like saxophones, like they would like
shit.
show them just like, yeah, dude, look up Mighty Orbots.
I'm looking it up right now. Wow.
It's
So
way, in my opinion, it's just as good as the Transformers.
It looks better.
Yeah, it may even be better than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Great.
Yep.
Now I have something else to get into.
All right. And what is
I
that?
was going to become a Futurama super fan, but now I think I'll become a Mighty Orbots super fan.
I wonder if they have like something you can sign up for.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go to a
probably
retreat.
on the list, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could go to a retreat like every year, like the Mighty Orbots retreat.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So what are we? What are we doing, Eric?
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, what the hell is going on? There's the episodes seem shorter, days seem longer. Are we?
Yeah,
have we
since
entered
the winter solstice?
Have we entered a multiverse or a different like
yeah?
What is it? Yeah. There's like
Phase 2.
Multiverses. We're like in a different dimension now. It's 2025. What the hell is going? What the hell is going on?
So we're gonna try a new sort of format kind of thing because, a lot of reasons really. Too many to go through, but I think everyone will be happy about it. We're gonna come out once a week. It's going to be shorter episodes. We're going to cover one record, and we're going to have more of a discussion than proper reviews by each of us. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's we're going to come out of the house once a week.
Yeah.
We're basically just things. We got some other plans for 2025 coming up, and we'll reveal them as they kind of get closer and closer.
As they reveal themselves.
Exactly. And so Eric and I were just discussing this. We feel is just a better opportunity for us to actually, kind of discuss. I don't know, like it kind of will reinvigorate our sense of enjoyment listening to music. Not that we weren't enjoying listening to the records we were reviewing, but there does come a time for change, and I think that time is now. So
and obviously people want to hear us more often.
yes, and that is actually the main reason why we're doing this is because we're gonna at least try to come back once a week, like Eric said. So
so shorter episodes, less BS, probably, but not really. I mean,
no, there's still going to be a proper.
What are we only like 6 minutes into this episode? And we've BS'd a lot.
There's going to be a considerable amount of fluff that is still there.
Oh yeah, and mostly fluff. Really,
I think I'm going to need to find some of that strawberry marshmallow fluff now, like that. Instantly made me kind of, which is weird for me to say because I hate that stuff.
You got any of that strawberry fluff stuff I hate?
Yeah. Do you like that stuff? You know what I'm talking about, Eric?
Strawberry fluff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The marshmallows. What about Oreo fluff? You ever had Oreo fluff?
Oh, I've had that. That's good.
That's good. And then also Hy-Vee used to make a peanut butter fluff, a Butterfinger fluff.
Butterfinger. Peanut butter Butterfinger fluff finger.
Butterfinger fluff. Yeah, fluff.
I would listen to that band. Fluff fingers.
That would be
highly better than fluffer fingers. That's a totally different thing. Oh my god. Okay. This is not a cooking show.
No.
And this isn't a show instructing you exactly how to get diabetes. So
exactly. And believe me, I have many ideas for that to happen if you want it.
Oh man, for sure.
You know what this is a show about, though? This is a show about music and our love of it.
Music nonstop.
Music or M-U-Z-I-K. Music. That always makes me. It sounds like music should be like. It puts me in mind of like the neutrinos on Ninja Turtles.
Of course I'm talking about the Ninja Turtles.
These like weirdo dressed flying futuristic cars, and I don't know, music it has a futuristic drive-in feel to it.
Nice. Man, you haven't mentioned the Ninja Turtles for so long. See, guys, this is what we're getting back to.
Yeah,
we're fun. We're getting back to the fun stuff.
This is the reemergence of awesomeness.
Yeah,
Radness.
2025. The reemergence of awesomeness.
In the mouth of radness, which is a shout out to our good friend Noah. And
I was in that band.
Oh shit, you were! I completely forgot about that.
Shout out to me,
man. You were in like every band, Eric. I can't think of a band you never were in.
I can, all the successful ones.
But we do have the internet these days, so
yeah, right.
That counts for something. And speaking of the internet allows you to listen to a lot of things, and including this release that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, what release is this we're going to talk about today?
So this release that we're going to
Sorry, all the shots I took before we started just kicked in.
Yeah, no, that's fine. What exactly were the shots of, Eric?
They were just vaccine shots.
Oh, you took a whole bunch of vaccines
and flu shots,
different ones.
I figured the more I take, the safer I am.
Yeah, no, that's true. And your immune system should be fucking lovely by now.
Yeah.
But so the name of this band is called Thank, and like thank you, but just thank. Mm-hmm. So not thank you, but like thank you. Right. And the name of this record is I Have a Physical Body That Can Be Harmed. And I seriously cannot think of a better title for this record, even if I tried. So this band is Freddie Vinehill Cliff on vocals and guitar, Lewis Millward on guitars and synths, and Cameron Miot on bass, and Steve Miles on drums. Mm-hmm. And I want to start off by saying that this was going to be, and technically is, on my best of list for 2024. But I didn't want to put it on the best of 2024 list because I wanted to make sure you were going to listen to it, Eric.
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
I also just I couldn't wait to share this with you.
Yeah.
And I just kind of felt, you know how it is, like I just kind of felt mentioning it before we actually talk about it and listen to it together, together but separate.
Yeah.
I guess that I just didn't want to spoil it, I guess, sort of thing. But this probably would have replaced one of my top 5 for 2024. I don't know which one. But this is absolutely one of my favorite records of 2024. So the best way I can describe it is chaotic, controlled electronic noise rock.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had angular shoegazy noise with dancey synths and rhythms and some elements of post-rock revival.
And that is so true. Like, that is seriously, like, both of those descriptions, I mean, are just...
Yeah, somewhere in all that nonsense, this is a description that works for this.
Yeah. And it totally just, like, kind of almost, like, blurs the line between a lot of these genres. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
It starts off with like this just incredible thud of like just electronic. It's not even noise. It's just like a staccato synthesizer note, like that is just repeated for like a minute before delving into like Freddie's just, oh man, I can't even describe his vocals.
They're really cool.
They're so like angry sounding sort of, but it also sounds like he's like having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
In the middle of like losing it. Like, yeah. He doesn't.
Yeah, there's a disconnect. That's for sure. Between what the vocals are doing and what the music's doing. like it doesn't seem like what'd you say, Freddie? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Freddie?
Yep.
It seems like he's not all that concerned with what the the music's doing.
No.
Which is kind of cool. It's like a cool element that you hear in other things too. Like, yeah, we'll get to that. Like recommend it if you like or whatever. But
yeah,
it's like a kind of vocalizations I've heard before, but taken to a different level, to a different degree almost.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, he's completely unconcerned with where the music is going. And so it's this sort of like, and I think this is where the controlled chaos completely comes in, where it's like he's not trying to sing, but it works on so many levels because the music also doesn't seem to be concerned with trying to follow any sort of pattern, because 1 minute you're met with like these, because I mean this goes all sorts of places. Like you'll sort of like be stuck with this like repetitive industrial like thump, and then all of a sudden you're going into like glitches and like heavy intense like feedback, and like sometimes the guitars are way more interested, I think, in making these sort of off the wall sounds.
Yeah, really dissonant.
Yeah, really dissonant, and like not playing any sort of like musical notes. It's just sort of like, and so in that sense, you're getting kind of like what I would call like an albinism. Like it almost kind of has like a Big Blackish sort of thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like the approach to the guitar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's mostly distorted, I think, on the guitars. Like, I think they let the synths do most of the sort of like sonic experimentation, like moving through frequencies and creating these other, I don't know, just sort of sonically interesting things. Whereas the guitar is also doing that, but it's mostly just like presented in a guitar sort of way, like a distorted guitar playing broken chords or dissonant notes or whatever, which I thought was cool because it kept it sort of in the realm of noise rock versus psychedelic or something. Like I didn't get very much psych out of this, even though all the elements are there, you know. And I think a lot of that had to do with the guitars just always being rock guitars, you know, even if they're noisy or dissonant or whatever. So.
Yeah. The other thing that I found interesting is the drum sound. It literally sounds like that guy is attacking the drums. Like, sometimes it almost sounds like he's not even using drumsticks, like he's using his hands or something. It's super hard. But then there are times too where like I can't even tell if it's drums or if it's a drum machine. I mean, it's literally that like, I don't know, precise at times. Before it like breaks down, and parts of it almost have like a new wave feel because of that.
For sure. Yeah. I in my notes listed it as disco-y, but I think that new wave would be a similar way to describe that. But it is very like 16ths on the hi-hat kind of thing, which is actually what made me mostly think of the post-rock revival element of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're with the drums, sometimes they're jazzy and sometimes they have this like disco feel to them, and that made me think of, I don't know, like Hot Heat or Killers or whatever, you know, like there was that element to it. But even when the drums are like that, they're still super hard hitting and like have a lot of movement, and the bass mirrors what the drums are doing. They're in unison, and so I liked that the bass really didn't do a lot of experimentation and just was like super solid and supporting the rhythms and stuff. Like, I think for some of these more experimental elements to work, having that foundation is super important, and they pull it off awesome. So.
Sure. And then I think the vocals lend itself perfectly to the content of the lyrics.
For sure.
Like, I think a lot of times Freddie is kind of, he's blurring the line between being somewhat satirical or just subversive in nature to versus like being like just disturbed by like, I don't know, maybe like the human condition or something. I don't know. I
but
think
at the same time, really funny.
Yeah, and really funny. Like the song that I think probably everyone is going to talk about, you know, when they hear this record. You know, the people that actually listen to this record are probably going to immediately go to Woke Frasier as a standout, because the lyrics are so like just direct and are also, it stops you in your tracks where you're just like, okay, what exactly is he getting at here?
What's the intent?
You know, like the first line is literally, bad news, the Simpsons have gone woke. And he's like, bad news, Frasier has gone woke. And it's like he's touching on all these like elements of like what people really talk about, what people really consume their time with. And he does it with such, I don't know, like the way he sort of plays this character in his voice. He does it with such conviction that it's like you're almost convinced that he's really saying what he believes, but then it's like you have to actually literally like question your, you know, like, okay, what is going on here? Like, and I think that's what the intent is. I think he wants you to be uncomfortable with.
Yeah, it's a little ambiguous for sure.
And you know what it reminds me of? That part of it reminds me of that band Cruelster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, it's very much like that. Like we don't know exactly what the intent is, but we know that it has to be a little satirical. Just because of the way it's presented, it's not straight. But you know, we don't know for sure what level that is. Yeah.
If nothing else, I think that he's laughing at the whole goddamn situation. Like, everything about this is stupid.
Know, like, well, and the thing about it too, though, is Cruelster and things like that. I would look to some of the black metal or industrial or stuff where things are a little on the line, you know, of what what their intent is. But with this, it's offset by wordplay that is so silly and funny. I mean, it's almost like cake or something. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
sort of.
And so you know that it's not serious. Like my favorite lyric that I heard is in one of the "Do It Badly," which is a really fun song. Like the whole idea of the song is great. But he says, "I want to ride the How I Met Your Mother to Twin Peaks pipeline."
Yeah.
I am Ray Weiss, and you are Ray Extremely Daft. So Ray Weiss is the guy that played Leland Palmer on Twin Peaks. So it's like, you know, there's just that sort of esoteric kind of like insider knowledge and references, and there's a lot of fun things in there. And so because of that, I can't take any of it seriously.
Right.
But it's a fun thing. I mean, why not take on, you know, things that I don't know, like everything can be frustrating. It doesn't matter what your personal opinions are. Like even things that you agree with are going to feel stupid sometimes, you know? And we have to be able to admit that. Yes. If we're gonna like come together and move on a little bit in this world, we're gonna have to admit that some of the things we think are kind of over the top and frustrating and stupid, and you know, just be a little more self-aware. And I think that this sort of does that in a way. It's like, hey, this is all dumb, so just let's get over it a little bit and have some fun.
It's very self-aware, I think.
Yeah,
I think that he knows. I think they know exactly what they're doing as a band, and so a lot of the stuff that this reminded me of, Eric. Cruelster we already mentioned. That's definitely up there. But this band called Giddy Motors. Do you remember Giddy Motors?
No, I don't.
Oh man, they only put out 2 records, and then Men's Recovery Project. I think that's another one. But then I don't know. there were parts of it that reminded me of like, well, Sleaford Mods is another one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I don't know, I heard a little bit of like stuff like Devo and Brainiac and Dead Kennedys even.
Yeah.
Jesus Lizard for sure.
Yeah.
Trans Am. I mean, even a little bit of like Tubeway Army, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Screamers, No Means No, Mile Marker, Six Finger Satellite, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely
like,
Six Finger Satellite.
Yeah,
sure.
It was all very much presented in that way.
And I had a lot of those that you had, but I also had Public Image Limited.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not just the vocals, but the music as well. And then Fugazi, actually. Like,
oh, yes.
Some element of how, like when it would just drop down to bass and vocals or something like that, it felt like Fugazi with only Ian MacKaye singing. For sure.
So yeah,
pretty good.
So yeah,
good stuff.
I have a physical body that can be harmed.
I took my best go out for the night. We went to see a film and we went for a bite. I said this is what we call the 3 C's. The 3 C's are culture, cuisine and kissing. I took my cat to the vet with a lump. They gave him antibiotics and drained out all the gunk. I said this is what we call the 3 B's. The 3 B's are blood and bile and abscesses. I want the kind of fame where I can become a CIA asset. Be every day, every man, turn action hero, a universally beloved and relatable towering Adonis, a bronze god. I want to ride the Twin Peaks to how I met your mother pipeline. I'm Ray Wise, and you are Ray extremely daft.
In addition to this, I don't know about you, Eric, but I've been listening to a lot of Brainiac this week.
Oh, cool.
Particularly Bonsai Superstar.
Nice.
Really like that.
Love it.
And another band that I've really revisited lately is The Locust. Particularly their last album called New Erections. I've been really listening to.
Nice.
I love that title.
Oh, that is good. I've been listening to, well, I've still been on my Memphis hip hop kick. But other than that, I've been listening to this self-titled release by a group called Shining. That's pretty good. I guess I've also been listening to David Lynch's albums a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The Big Dream, especially. They're really good. They're really. I think I like them.
Cool.
He does a nice job. Oh,
all right.
man.
So
anyway,
why don't you guys all let us know what you think about this new format? You know, send us a message to our Instagram.
They're not going to.
Our email, contact us, let us know how we're doing. Otherwise, just enjoy the show.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, just enjoy the show. We'll just keep making it.
Yep, we'll just
releasing it into the void.
You aren't going to get rid of us that easy. We're not giving up yet.
I thought maybe I'd start shaming people into interacting with us, but
yeah. Well, we've tried that tactic before.
That's true.
It worked on
maybe we need some positive reinforcement.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you guys for being such amazing listeners. And
hey guys, you want a lollipop? We'll give you a lollipop if you send us a message. That does not sound.
You know what? I will do that. You send me a message. You send a message to Accelerativ Thrust saying that you like or dislike this new format or the show or us as people, and I will send you a lollipop.
Dislike us.
I mean, you got to provide me with your address too.
Yes. Also, don't forget to
and
vote.
Social Security number, if you don't mind.
Yeah, and maybe some credit card numbers, things like that.
Just a couple.
Also, don't forget to vote because who we elect in office really affects you in your future in 2028.
Yeah. Keep that in mind, y'all.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And
all right.
guess who's going to be running for president?
Dan or
No.
no. Who?
Ronad.
Oh shit. Okay. I like Ronad. It's like gonad.
I always thought that Ronad sounded like a heartburn medicine or something.
for your balls.
Ronad may cause serious side effects, including
Just put some Ronad on your gonads.
put some Ronad on your gonads.
Canceled.
Yeah. I believe it's already happened years ago, Eric.
Yeah, that's why we don't have any listeners.
Yeah, no. We canceled.
We just didn't know we got canceled.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, all right. Let's tell these folks bye, and we'll see them soon.
Bye.
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 Yeah, all right. I think I can cut all that shit down to 30 minutes.